Hey guys! Alright, we're gonna go ahead and read chapter 7. This is getting so good. Okay, chapter 7 is from Malik's perspective. I should kill Amber for putting us through this. But right now I'm too busy running for my life. One by one we climb out of the dumpster and drop to the pavement. We're covered in coffee grounds and pizza grease and my nose is bleeding, but under the circumstances, we're lucky. We dash down the alley to the next street and find an even narrower alley off of there. We hug the wall, peering out just in time to see the police cruiser pass by on the main road. Our cop hunched over the wheel, looking from side to side. Thanks so much, Alaska. We don't have enough trouble with Project Osiris on the hunt for us. We need the law breathing down our necks. If that cop catches us, it won't be just Amber who's in trouble. He'll arrest all 4 of us this time. I wonder if there's such a crime as abiding and abetting a moron. We've got to get out of here, Amber says urgently. You think? I asked sarcastically. Eli's not so sure. Maybe it makes more sense to lie low. Alaska shakes her head. His car has a police radio in it. I heard it while we were driving to the medical building. All these cops telling each other what to watch for. He could have every officer in Denver on the lookout for 4 kids. It's not good. If the Purples hear about 4 runaways, it's not going to take them long to put 2 and 2 together. Either they'll find us first, or the cops will, and we'll be sitting ducks in a cell when Serenity's goon squad comes to drag us back to Happy Valley. We can try to explain what's happened, but Alaska's already proven how believable our clone story is out here in the real world. We could separate and meet back when the heat's off, Tori suggests. No way, I exclaim. 2 stupids don't make us smart. We almost got ourselves killed getting Alaska back. We're not going to break up on purpose. We need to stick together, Eli agrees. But we also need to be miles away from where they're going to be searching for us. How do people get around a city? We had the Purple's car, I remind him, but that wasn't good enough for you. We had to ditch it, Eli defends the decision. The Purples were following us by air. People take buses, toy reasons, and trains. Those things are full of passengers, Eli cuts in. Someone is bound to remember 4 kids and where they got off. What about a taxi, Amber suggests. Even worse, Eli says. The driver could be listening to the radio and hear about the search. At best, he'd know exactly where he dropped us. At worst, he could still be in the car when it happens. Well, what are we supposed to do? I ask belligerently. Flap our arms and fly? While we stand there looking helplessly at each other, a police car cruises by on the street at the opposite end of our alley. I can tell we're all wondering the same thing. Is that the same cop? Or has he sounded the alarm and we're already being surrounded? What we need, Tori says, is a ride from someone who doesn't know he's giving us a ride. Oh, right, I explode. Like there's somebody that blind or that stupid. We hear a loud grinding sound as the truck gears down to come to a halt. For a moment, it fills the opening at the end of the lane before stopping just past it. The driver jumps out and disappears into a small luncheonette. Suddenly, as if drawn by some invisible magnet, Tori is scampering toward it. What are you doing? I hiss. 1 girl trying to get me killed per day is my limit. Urgently, she motions us over to join her. It's a medium-sized dump truck with a cherry picker attachment on the back. The sign on the cab reads, McHenry's Tree Service, LLC. The bed is overflowing with leafy branches and twigs. So what? I challenge in a whisper. Don't you get it? Tori insists. In Serenity, that company from Taos used to come in to trim the branches away from roofs and power lines. Did they dump the cuttings in the center of town? No, they took them somewhere else. She regards us meaningfully. We want to go somewhere else. You mean we stow away in there? Eli asks. My jaw must be stuck out at least 3 inches. I refuse. What's the matter? Amber challenges. Are you afraid of a few sticks? Not the sticks. My face feels hot. The bugs. She's thunderstruck. Wait, you're afraid of bugs? You? Not afraid. I just don't like them. The dumpster was bad enough with those flies. Who knows what's living in all those trees? Listen, Malik, Eli begins. We're all doing stuff we don't like. A police siren cuts the air. I scramble up the side of that truck so fast I probably leave a smoke trail. I vault over the edge of the bed and disappear into the leafy branches. I hear the rustling and snapping of the others piling in beside me. As I burrow lower into the dense green cuttings, twigs scratch at my face and arms. There are thicker branches too, and I roll onto one, nearly skewering myself, shish kebab style. My head collides with something hard. Ow! Amber's voice. I hope it hurts. Is everybody here? Tori asks. Do you mean us or the caterpillars? I reply. They're everywhere, worms with fur coats. The garbage was miserable, but at least it wasn't alive. My skin is crawling. The sirens are all around us now. No one is disputing whether or not we did the right thing. We lie low, not that we have a lot of choice. It feels like forever, but it's only probably about 10 more minutes. The door of the cab slams and the truck starts up again. And then we're away. Every motion of the heavy vehicle inflicts more bruises, more scratches, and more itchy discomfort. It's stop and start for a while, and then we accelerate to a steady speed. I think we're on a highway, Amber calls. With great effort, I crawl/swim/climb to the surface and peer over the side of the truck. Tori guessed right. The tall buildings of Denver's core are behind us. We're leaving town. Not exactly safe, but at least we're putting some distance between ourselves and the police search. I burrow back down and report to the others. How do we know when we get off? Amber asks. That's easy. When we stop, says Tori. Let's hope this isn't an express to Massachusetts, I grumble. Tori laughs. I don't know much about Massachusetts, but I'm pretty sure they've got their own branches. They don't need to truck them in from Colorado. It's an uncomfortable ride, but no one is complaining, not even me. The farther we get from downtown Denver, the greater our sense of hope that we might have avoided the disaster that nearly put an end to our brief shot at freedom. After several more minutes, the truck slows and we can tell we're off the highway. Get ready, Tori advises. The next time we stop, we should make a run for it. The McHenry's truck makes several turns, but never actually halts. At last, we feel the momentary sense of braking and emerge from our hiding place, ready to leap for it. All at once, we're backing up, our vehicle emitting a series of warning beeps. What's going on? Demands Amber. Finally, we stop. That is to say, the truck does. The bed is tilting, so we are too. Behind us, quickly becoming below us, a loud electric grinding begins, the kind of noise you feel where you feel the vibration in your teeth below the gum line. Eventually, the bed rises so high that the contents, which includes us, begins to slide. Oh, I was worried about this when we were reading, that it was going to take the debris, the branches and stuff, to like a machine that grinds it all up to make mulch or something. The back flip lifts on a hydraulic motor, and the branches start to pour out. The grinding becomes a whole lot louder, and a cloud of dust is thrown back at us, stinging our eyes and making breathing difficult. Through it, we can see a huge metal hopper, and inside it, the whirling, cutting blades of a wood chipper. Get out now! I scream. We try to move in the opposite direction, but it's like trying to run straight up. We're part of the load, and the load is being drawn into the maw of the machine. I crawl to the side of the truck bed and clamp both arms over the top. Eli tries to do the same, but the slope is pulling him down too quickly. I throw out a leg, accidentally kicking him in the stomach. Grab hold! He latches onto my foot, locking it into his armpit. Tori comes up behind me and throws her arms over on my neck. That's 3 of us accounted for. Where's Laska? I spot her. She's clenching a thick branch sliding down the center of the payload, screaming in terror. In desperation, Eli reaches out for her with his free hand. He misses Amber, but he gets enough of the branch to stop his descent. God only knows how he stayed attached to me and still hangs onto the branch and Amber. But the bed is close to full vertical at this point, and the choice has become starkly simple. We hold on, or we get sliced and diced. I'm yelling my head off in agony and exertion. My grip on the side of the truck is what's keeping everybody from falling. Amber's howling, Tori's weeping. You can barely hear any of it over the shriek of the cutting blades. I don't know how it happens. One minute I'm clamped to the side, the next I'm not. We're skidding along the dumper, still attached to one another, but heading down toward the lethal blades. We're going to die, and all I can think is it's my fault. In the noise and chaos, we never hear the hydraulic motor that closes the truck's back flap. The next thing I know, Amber yelps in pain as the 3 of us fall on top of her, crushing her against the metal barrier that has just saved our lives. The bed is coming down again, lowering to horizontal. My heartbeat, though, is anything but normal. We were so close to being dead. If the back flap had stayed open a split second longer. We're clones who came from nothing and no one, and we would have been gone as if we never existed. Somehow we managed to climb over the side and jump to the ground and roll. When I try to get up again, my legs have turned to rubber. Eli is the first to make it to his feet. Move, he hisses, before we get run over by our own escape truck. We manage to get up and stagger clear. That's when the driver of the truck spots us for the first time. Hey, what are you kids doing here? This is a restricted area. Sorry, Tori calls, doing a pretty good job of sounding offhand, considering what we just been through. We were looking for a place to play soccer. What, here? One of these machines could take your arm off and chop it into a hamburger. Yeah, right, I say bitterly, like that could ever happen. There's a gate in the barbed wire fence where trucks come and go. Newly energized, we sprint for it. I don't want to kill Alaska anymore. When you're on the run, there are enough ways to die. And we just narrowly escaped one of the worst. Yikes. All right, that was the end of chapter 7. I'm going to post a question on a Google form about this chapter, so if you will fill that out, that would be awesome. You guys will read the next chapter tomorrow.